Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. The beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the New Orleans Saints and the San Francisco 49ers. One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. This is taken at his 4. Oh, good move. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Fields. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a handoff here to his running back. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. shotgun now for Rodgers. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Denzel Ward, Pro Bowler as a rookie, there to bat that one away. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
Set, 19. Let's go, D. Let's go.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Set, 19. Alert. 53 is mine. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm
Now Saquon Barkley. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Mike, 53.
Here's Watson. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Chris Jones, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. It's fielded at the 45. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10.
No, 319. Number 53, Mike 53. Let's put him on the buses.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Fields. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 32. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. 4 catches for him in the wild card win a week ago, and he's got his first here, and it's a 1st down. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage, so they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Rodgers now to throw. Got a man open, it's Sutton. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Watch the pass.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt him later. Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the 2nd half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the 1st half. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the 2nd half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the 1st half. Maybe not so much in the 2nd half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. This one complete to Christian Kirk. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Then we got to give a little tip of the cap for the defense there. Zone coverage, locked it in tight, made it really difficult because they tried the crossing route against it, and it worked for a completion, but you have to know where the sticks are on 3rd down. Didn't get beyond them, no pickup.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Patchy. Hey, 31!
They are going for it. Here's Watson. And able to find Kirk complete. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
1st and 10 at the 33.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, we got to snap it. We got 9 of them.
A toss out to Barkley. And he still has yet to get on track in this 1st half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He lost 6 there on the 1st down play.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Ready? You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby! Check! 53's Mike! Check! 53!
Now on 2nd and 16. Watson. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now Watson on third down. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow.
That's it, baby. We got first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
A game of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
53, Mike, 53. Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. We are going. Big ass, big ass, big ass. Slam. Back north.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And James has it. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
Check. 258. Check. 53 is mine. I smell fear now. I smell fear.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
258. Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day. 26. It's going to be a long day. Mike, 53. 53. Mike. What's the case? Team 6. Team 6. What's going to do?
Rodgers going to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Let's go, D.
And again, it's Rodgers. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by at Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
7.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Now a timeout called for by the offense. as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far.
53 is the mark. Hey, box truck. You got me ready. Can I get up?
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
That's right, baby.
Throwing again. Rodgers. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Get 300. Get 300. 53. 58. Alpha.
Rodgers to throw once more. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. If you're a lover of offense, this has not been the half for you thus far. Luckily for me, though, I'm sitting next to a lover of defense, and we have had plenty of that, including that interception.
Yeah, and I mean, that still makes it a great game, doesn't it? Everybody talks about if the ball's not in the end zone and points going up on the board, it's not as much fun. I love these defensive battles. Something's got to give with these turnovers. Who can convert them into points?
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Not today, you are. Not today.
Saquon Barkley running right. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. They'll try to run forward with Barkley. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
'49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. They'll try the air now with Watson being chased out left. And now he's going to use his legs. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Out of bounds at the 16-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. A 33-yarder from the left hash. The kick by Lutz is good. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run it again with Barkley. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Good set. 19. Check. 53's Mike. Check tight. Check tight. Check tight. Hey, hey, hey.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
18 yards, first down Niners.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson, that's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down.
Here's the party now. Hey, 24. Mike, 53. Mike.
Out of the gun, Watson rolling to his left. He can run for it, and he will. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th.
53 is the mic. Too little, Cap. Check.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. Steps away. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Saints will have the football back. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Fields. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, 626. 58 to Mike. 58 to Mike. Don't get nervous. Bravo. Mike, 58 right there.
Working from the gun. Rodgers. Open man there is Patterson, complete. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Rodgers now on first down. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Here we go. 53, exit. Check 53. Here we go, D. All day.
Here's Rodgers. James has got it. Complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jesse James, 41 yards. And the Saints have taken the lead. The tight end can kind of be that diamond in the rough secret weapon that you have, and right there they show you why.
And it's becoming less of a secret, isn't it, partner? Every game that we do nowadays, the tight end is a featured receiver, not just a blocker, as in the days of old.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This one taken from the 7. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Telvin Smith that time there to make the play.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for San Francisco. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Rodgers now on 1st down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and it's a 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. One quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Alert flag, alert flag. Jump out. On the 50. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
Here we go. Here we go.
4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8. At the 26-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Fields. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Check nickel. Get 300. Get 300. Hey, 88. 53's mine. Hey, Zoo.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Rodgers connecting here with DJ Shark. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The Saints on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
A 1st down carry for Barkley won't lead to much as he'll take this forward for maybe a yard. It's 2nd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints 35.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
They'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And finally, wrestled down at the 11. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down.
I was used to joke with my teammates who carried the ball a lot. When we got in these situations and they were carrying us home, I used to tell them, boy, you guys just look like Paul Bunyan, just growing stronger, bigger, tougher, and all night long he's carried this team.
He has indeed. Everything magnified right now, a huge 3rd down conversion. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the Saints.
Check 53. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Here's a carry for a former starter. This is T.J. Yeldon. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Let's go.
3rd and long. It's Watson dancing to his left. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you. Check 15. Check 15.
Here we go on 4th. Watson flushed out right. That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only 1 timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. Credit the tackle that time to Deshaun Hand.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. So I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
On 2nd down now, it's Lindsey. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. 9 yards on the pickup there as he'll be left with 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd down.
58. Hey, pick your game up.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Mike, get that quarterback and
On 3rd down, it's Fields. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Here comes the Saints punter now. And you wonder, could they possibly think about taking a safety here? He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. It's taken to the 26. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
We got three, fellas, we got three. Let's go, 950.
Now Watson steps away to his left. He'll try and run it. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Stay with your man. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 3 down. Alert flow. Mike's 50. Ready?
Watson now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win